right, CHGO Bears After Dark. This one, I'm telling you, if you're tuned in right now, as you are, Torian, good to see you, my friend. We are going to have some fun tonight, taking you up to Mitch Trubisky versus the Cleveland Browns. Let's go, Mitch. I'm fired up.
Mitch Trubisky versus the
We are brought to you by PointsBet. Download the PointsBet app today. Sign up with the code CHGO. Seriously, if you haven't done this yet, what are you waiting for? Get that done. 2 risk-free bets for $2,000. Put that money down. Make yourself some dough. Mm-hmm. And yes, we thank you to our friends at PointsBet. If you got a gambling problem, 1-800-GAMBLER. For crisis counseling. You know these guys. Thank the Bulls podcast. I'm so happy that you're hanging out here.
Dude, we're just returning the favor, Carm. You came and did a show with us earlier.
But the favor was when you had me on. And so now you're like, that's the double favor. You like that, Big Dave? Come on.
Well done.
Come on.
That's it's a professional here.
Yeah.
It's well done.
So we've got Corey Wooten coming in at around 7:15. Yes. Woot's going to be joining us. Adam Ho's going to be with us at 6:45. So and we'll be hanging out 7:30-ish. Whatnot. Peck is battling through today. I'm impressed. He's
hanging in there.
Before like an hour ago it was coffee. Now we're going alcohol.
Caffeine and alcohol is how he battles.
We drink.
It's the witching hour. It's when you switch from caffeine to booze.
Yeah.
After dark.
It's after dark. We have cocktails and we hang out.
Yes.
But to start the show, we're going to our White Sox pod and our gambling expert. Here comes Sean. Yeah. That's right. Clap it up. We're here to make some money, baby. Let's.
What up, Sean?
I got you.
Look.
The part about CHGO bets is Cody and I are constantly always on heaters, so we are going to give you the best bets possible.
Yes.
Yeah. And by the way, if you're not watching CHGO bets, do your life better. Come on in, hang out, enjoy your day.
You like money,
and hopefully we're making you a couple dollars.
He does it.
So what do we got here with a 4-point spread tonight? Are we playing tonight's game? What do we like here, Sean?
Well, I was told we're playing tonight. I'm betting every single night, Carm.
Okay.
So we're called degenerates on this show.
Hey.
And degenerates are always signing into their PointsBet accounts. But if you're signing in from 12 to 1 p.m. Central Time, you might be getting free bets. And there was a free bet today given out by PointsBet for a free same-game parlay bet for tonight's game. So I do have a same-game parlay for you if you also had that free bet. I'm going to take Steelers plus 6.5 and then under Nick Chubb 95.5 yards from scrimmage. I think that Chubb struggled a bit in his last couple outings against Pittsburgh, and I think if they get down, they're probably going to look to throw. It's going to be an ugly game, so I'm not sure if there's going to be a lot of yards in general. So I'll just go Chubb under and Steelers plus 6.5. That's at plus 160. So $2 wins you about $3.20.
Did the line move a lot on this game?
Well, I picked my own spread there. So right now it's at plus 4.5. So if you want to go with what it is right now, it's plus 4.5. Kevin Stefanski has only covered one spread in his entire AFC North career. He is 1-11 versus the spread against the AFC North. My guy Cody just told me that. So I think,
but what about when he's playing against Mitchell Trubisky, Sean?
He is never.
I for sure took the Browns to cover 4.5.
Cody was talking me into the Steelers money line, so I'm against you tonight, Peck.
Well,
but Kevin Stefanski.
I learned my lesson listening to Cody on Monday Night Football this week. Never again.
What did he pick?
And then he listened again. He's listening again, Cody. Don't worry about it. He's doing it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the line that I care about tonight is the Mitchell Trubisky lines.
Okay.
The over-under on interceptions is at 0.5. I got to be honest, I like the over.
Yeah. Duh.
Yeah, and right? And the over-under on passing touchdowns is also 0.5. So people are like, it's 50-50 that he's going to get one damn touchdown. I'm taking the over. Mitch, you are finding the end zone tonight. Come on, Mitch. You can even you.
I really like Najee Harris in this game. I was looking at the lines earlier, and then I just looked at them before. Mitch's passing yards were at 190.5. They're already down to 185.5. So if you want to take the over on 185.5, it's at minus 115. But even when Roethlisberger has faced off against the Browns when they've had some decent quarterback, and this is a late career Ben Roethlisberger, he's still barely struggling to get over to 175 yards. So the Steelers usually just don't pass a ton against the Browns. So I like Najee Harris. 91 rushing yards in his first game against the Browns. 188 rushing yards in his last game against the Browns. He broke 8 tackles in that last game last year. He had a big game in week 1 as well. So I think he's going to probably have a big game. And I like the Steelers in this one. If they're keeping it close, I trust Mike Tomlin over Kevin Stefanski because the quarterback kind of is a toss-up here.
What's Cody doing?
Just to interject and show you what's going on the other side of these cameras. Cody, your CHGO Bets partner, is freaking out about Coastal Carolina over there. Because the man
Georgia State's a hot team to bet.
To lay some bets.
Do you have one favorite Trubisky
God.
bet? 13.5 for the rushing yards?
I don't know. Mitch is always, that's kind of was even the big complaint with the Bears and Mitch was just that he wasn't running a ton. I would just say bet under Trubisky 185.5 passing yards or bet that interception prop. I think he's probably due for an interception. So I would just go negative betting on Trubisky. I don't think he has a good game. I think this is going to be a game that's under 40 points as well. So I don't think either team are going to be able to find offense. So I think it's just going to be ugly all around. So probably no highlights for Mitch Trubisky in this game, which seems like you're looking for some.
I want to have a Trubisky conversation, so I'm looking for something here.
Okay.
What kind of conversation though? It's a boring one. I think at this point he sucks.
You cannot. No. You cannot say that any conversation about Mitch is boring. Bears fans will always have Trubisky either on their heart or somewhere where they want to kill him. But I put out the power tweet today, and Sean, I know you got to go do White Sox here, but I put out the power tweet. Are you rooting for Mitch? Yes, he's a good dude. No, it makes the Bears look incredibly stupid. Or C is indifferent. And I thought that indifferent was going to carry the day. Indifferent didn't carry the day. People rooting for Mitch.
People rooting for Mitch was the winner of that poll?
Yes.
Wow.
In my
Raise your hand if you voted rooting against Mitch because it's hilarious.
Because it's on brand for you. That's the difference.
Well,
man.
duh. He's bad at football, and it's not our problem anymore. Of course root against him.
I'll tell you how much I like Mitch. I drafted him in my fantasy draft.
Oh, what's
You
wrong?
did not.
I did. I drafted him.
And Carm, those
I'm
are the
0-2, but don't listen to that.
These are the two sports fans right here in
Yes.
Chicago. The one that just wants any guy that has ever had a connection to Chicago to succeed, and
that's
the one
not
guy that has burned him to just have the worst career possible.
No. Don't put me in that category. That's not true at all. I just thought he would have a solid year.
I
really did.
loved your Chicago accent with the Justin Fields thing that you guys did.
And
And if Mitch throws for 3 touchdowns and interceptions, you're going to be hearing that.
Oh my God!
I got Mitch.
Trubisky, if you're
Damn
in there,
Nagy.
Trubisky. I'm telling you, that Trubisky guy, he's the one.
Can't ever forget the N in Trubisky.
No, you got to have that. He's the one. 6 touchdowns. We saw it. Oh Lord.
we should have given up more moving up from 3 to 2 just because he is
From the powerhouse of North Carolina.
Yeah, right. It was a great idea. Let's take the guy 8-5 who lost his bowl game over the dude who went 28-2.
This is first season.
Literally, Mitch replaced a guy that went like 10-3.
Right,
Like Marquise
right,
Williams was a
right,
better
right,
quarterback
right.
at North Carolina, and
Exactly.
yet everyone was like, let's Mitch go
Let's get him.
Trubisky.
What did he do? Roll out.
But Carm Bears fans, 134 votes. My 134 favorite people in Chicago that voted on this poll, 69.4%. Yes, Mitch is a good dude, rooting for him. 3%, no, bad look for the Bears. 27.6%, indifferent. So you're in the 3%.
I'm in the 3%.
So you're in the
but here's the thing. I read that poll of yours, and I wanted to vote no, but then I didn't agree with the because reason on the no.
Yeah.
Not because it makes the Bears look bad if Mitch looks good, thus root against Mitch.
Oh, you think I
root
swayed
against Mitch because
Stack
it's
the
funny.
deck. Okay. Stack the deck on you. All
No,
right.
no, it's so you would have wrote it. No, it's funny when he sucks.
Right, exactly. Not because it makes the Bears look bad.
the bit is that
the
Mitch-
Bears do
yeah.
a fine enough job on that on their own. They don't need help from Mitch.
Could you imagine if Ryan Leaf, like 7 years into his career, just imagine like started being good? Like it wouldn't be funny. Like
No,
he's
it
the
wouldn't.
biggest bust in NFL history, and that's
true.
funny.
It's true.
And it's
That's funny. I should have consulted I should have consulted you, Matt, on what to say. No, it's hysterical when he sucks. It makes me feel good.
I'm indifferent. I could not
oh,
care
you're in the
less.
indifferent.
Nothing about the Bears matters. I'm a Bears nihilist.
I agree with that.
Sean, do you have to go? I feel like we're keeping you.
I think so, but it was nice hanging out with you guys.
Good
My
to
guy
see you,
Dave
brother.
Watson
Hey,
and
thanks,
Thanks
Sean.
for now. CHGO bets.
David.
David Watson.
Do all your damn betting with PointsBet.
Do it!
And you know, let's just go self-promotion here.
Just do it.
Follow at the Carm on Twitter.
Hey!
Vote in the poll. Let's take this to 250 votes by game time.
Why not?
Yeah, and by the way, if you're in the chat tonight, you are getting named. We want to talk to every single person. You want to jump to the front of the line, hit the super chat, but we're naming every one of you. T Crane, 69.3%. I see you with the sunglasses. You're feeling it. Charlie Ruby. Dave probably going to grab Marty Legend for fantasy basketball.
Matty
Legend. You will not besmirch the name of the great Matt Thomas, sir. The greatest three-point shooter
I don't think they
in
allow.
the world.
I don't think they allow write-in draft picks in football.
Oh. Perfect quarterback ever. Greatest three-point shooter in the world.
Are you a legit Matt Thomas fan?
Matty Legend, baby.
No.
Matty
No.
Legend. All right, he is the greatest three-point shooter in the world. The numbers have been
all
done.
right.
Go look
It
at that. Go
started
look
as
at the
a
header
joke,
on
and it
Dave's
has
Twitter.
tornadoed out of control. And I hate it.
I was waiting for the first off the rail, and you took us there with with Maddie
great.
there.
He's great.
Charlie Ruby, I love you, buddy. So let me hold on.
Yes.
Obscure, bad Chicago athletes that you love. Hit that up in the chat for a second. And who else do you got other than Matty Legend?
First of all, he's not bad. Over
he's
the past
terrible.
13 years, he's the greatest three-point shooter in the world.
Okay.
The analytics have been done.
Okay.
You will not
It's
say
a
a
thing.
single bad thing about
It's a
Judd
thing.
Bushler in front of me.
It's a thing.
You love Bushy.
Love me some Judd.
Yeah, he did love
The man has 3 rings, y'all.
He does. He does. And that is obscure. Granville Waiters. Ooh. Somebody I love.
Did you love Granville?
Yeah, because he always looked like he was 65 on the floor. You know, just
He was
had
bu-
the sunroof
He was
going on.
He was bald at Ohio State.
Yes.
Which is a weird. I'm guessing that nobody in the chat who's watching right now can get that reference.
Right.
But I swear I saw Granville play at Old McGall Hall, which was
Old McGall.
before Welsh Ryan Arena. I mean, we're talking long ago history here. Northwestern basketball. Let's go Cats! Shout out to you, Paul Kennedy. Granville.
Granville.
So I got a picture with Granville once at
What?
a Bulls picture day. Like they used to have picture days.
Okay.
And you'd go to the stadium like this. We're talking like 1988, roughly,
Right.
87 maybe. And they'd bring you in from onto the floor.
Okay.
And so I go up to Granville, and I'm like, I got nothing to say. It's Granville
legend.
Waiters.
Yeah.
I'm 10. I'm not sure. So I just look at him, and I said, Granville. You're pretty tall. That's what I said. And Granville looked at me and said, you're pretty short. And then we took our picture, and that was my moment with Granville.
That is a moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Let's see here. Is anybody
That is a moment. Yes, it is.
odd Chicago bench guys fans of?
Adrian Peterson. The Bears version is definitely.
Great
Rob
special
Wallace.
teams player. Great special teams
I
player.
remember
for the
Adrian
Bears.
ran out of bounds. No, I'm sorry. That was
That was Marion Barber.
That was Marion Barber. Yes, it was.
R.I.P.
I don't
R.I.P.
want to say this because you know how much it bugs me.
Uh-oh.
But I can't believe you haven't said Ryan Null yet, Dave.
I was waiting to get there. That's my other one for you.
You love Ryan Null.
Ryan Null, the man, dog. How could you not love a white running back? Is all I'm asking you right now. Ryan Null was the guy. Preseason legend, Ryan Null. Every time in the preseason, he would break off a big old run. I would go crazy, and Matt hated it every second. I got a cameo from Ryan Null.
I mean, it's got to be sweet for Ryan Null when the black guy on the Chicago Bears is shouting
on.
out like that's my guy.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
I
know
love
what I
you,
mean?
Ryan Null, and
It's
like
my man's right there.
literally nobody has ever loved Ryan. The Null family is like this dude's not good.
They've
enough to
never
be in the NFL.
been to a game, Carm.
Oh, that's good.
Who's Lyle? Who is Lyle Moten?
What's the name? Are you
Lyle Mutone?
Lyle Mouton.
I'm not familiar with him. Now,
Lyle
who is it?
Mouton is
So
a
it's not just
Chicago.
me. He's before all of our time, except for you,
that's
Carm.
Caramiro right there. That's
Okay.
number 28. Your Chicago White Sox. Hawk Harrelson
Yes.
would say it phenomenally. Lyle Mouton. Lyle Mouton that's what I'm looking for. Really off the
See,
board.
my man Philosophy knows Ryan Null is a preseason legend. He is a preseason legend.
No,
man.
I think the PS
All
there
right?
stands for public school. Ryan Null is a public school
It got him
legend.
to the league, baby. Got him to the league. I'll show you the cameo he did because I had him talk about Matt in there too.
Philosophy, you got to clarify if it's public public school or preseason? Because I'm with Peck that it's public school.
I thought it was
public school.
PlayStation. I thought it was PlayStation. but
PlayStation?
who the hell is who's playing with Ryan
Who's
Nall?
playing? That's what I was about to say.
Who's playing with Ryan Nall?
And not
Ryan
even
Nall.
Madden. He's like a legend on God of War or something.
On the headsets, he talks real crazy.
Backyard football.
That's my man, dog. Shout out Ryan Nall, baby. Shout out. Anybody got Ryan Nall jersey? Send it to me.
What? Ryan Nall doesn't have a Ryan Nall jersey.
He's got several. That's my header right there, by the way. You see the numbers retired. Now look at the one on the end.
Oh my God, that's good. That's good. Who did
Joey
you
made that for me.
Who did you X out? Who's next to Pippen on the right? Is there
I think
anyone there?
I think I just actually
it's-
think it was a Photoshop that had
Photoshop.
Derrick Rose's one
Because
retired.
there are only 4.
Yeah, it's only
Yeah.
4.
It's
Okay.
Love,
Jerry Krause.
Sloan, MJ, and Scotty. Oh, and Krause,
And Krause.
is hanging up
Krause
there
is
now.
those.
I
Yeah.
forgot
Which-
about that.
By the way, when we go to the mountaintop here at CHGO and I'm start making the huge money, we're all making the enormous dough, and I have
Right.
enough money to buy the Bulls. That's the first thing I'm going to do is take down that banner of the GM. Just let that be that GM.
Can we maybe replace it with a Phil Jackson banner?
No,
Can we do
he's-
that?
Phil's up there. I'm leaving Phil alone. Jerry's coming down. Anybody got a problem with that on the show?
No, I want to put the statue outside. That'll be the first thing I do.
You, MJ outside?
Yeah, I want the statue outside. Looks more like a national landmark.
So more people can see it.
Correct,
Yes.
correct.
I
And those bitter cold Chicago nights when
Yes.
you're walking up to the UC for a Bulls game,
And
he
it
belongs
inspires you.
out there.
Yeah, man.
In the ice.
We
and
got the
snow.
official answer. It's practice squad.
Practice
I'll take that
squad.
too. He is a practice squad legend. He's there. He's Rudy.
Speaking of practice squad legends, I feel like we should bring in Adam Hogue. That's a weird transition.
it's
a great
our
transition.
starting quarterback. How's that? My bad. Adam Hogue, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
First of all, I'm shocked that you guys are talking basketball.
Barely.
Just shocked by it. And let me give you the ultimate, I don't know if you call it practice squad, training camp hero, Harvey Unga. Okay? You guys remember Harvey Unga?
you just that back on me.
The name rings a bell,
Hold
but
on.
Yeah.
Google.
I'm going to need some more context.
Is that a UNGA?
Yeah, we used to joke that Harvey Unga just lived in Bourbonnais. Like, he just had an apartment there, and then, like, every year during training camp, he'd, like, come out and be in the, in practice, and then he would go away for the rest of the season.
Was he a fullback?
William Harvey Unga is a former
think so.
American football fullback
There he is,
and
yeah.
current running backs coach for BYU.
Oh.
Drafted by the Bears in the 7th round, 2010. This is according to Wikipedia. We believe you, Wikipedia. Love you. I've actually even contributed to Wikipedia. I'm the one guy that sees that warning that you're going to go away and actually believes that Wikipedia is going to die. And I won't be able to
But that
read.
warning is not about, like, oh, we need you to type something up. They want money, Carm.
Yes. Pay us.
But they say something in there that this might not last forever, and I want you to last forever. Wikipedia. Unga declared for the NFL supplemental draft July 15, 2010, and then on September 22, Adam Hogue was going to bring him up. That should be in his Wikipedia.
Dude, you know who's
That should be in his
Wikipedia?
Wikipedia.
You should look at Matt Thomas's Wikipedia page. Like, I'm serious when I say this.
Don't think I'm not going there.
Go there, and I will show you what to read on there, man. His is legendary. I didn't do it either, man.
I was about to say, because
I
you
didn't
wrote
do
it,
I
you
didn't
clearly
do
wrote it.
Now scroll down. Just scroll on down.
Okay,
for me.
scrolling down
I'm gonna let you read
on Matt
this.
Thomas. Hogue, for the record, I tried to talk football, but Big Dave's making me talk hoops against my will, which I love. Up,
I'm
up,
just
up,
sitting
up,
here
up.
getting jacked for Mitch
Recruitment.
Trubisky on a Thursday night.
Okay, yep.
Read that recruitment. Read that.
Recruitment of Matt Thomas, an outstanding scorer. Thomas was considered
False.
one of the best shooters of the class of 2013.
False.
And one of the best players from Wisconsin. A consensus top 100 national recruit. Thomas was ranked number 51 by ESPN. Do I need to keep on going?
Keep going.
Number 54 by Rouse. And number 1 by Dennis Bug Bite Bond.
And what'd he say?
Citing him as, quote, the best prospect since LeBron James, a shoo-in for the Bulls qualifying offer. And that, did you put that in there?
I didn't put this in there. I did do this. Keep going.
And number 58 by Scout.com in the first national rankings.
Who did he compare him to?
Important to note that Bond said that he would be surprised if Thomas wasn't better than Michael Jordan. said he has the athleticism of a prime D Rose, the handles of Kyrie, and the three-point shooting of Pat Morrissey.
What? Yes, I didn't do this. I didn't do this.
It's clearly all a joke.
I swear to you, I didn't do this.
Being highly sought after, Thomas eventually chose Iowa State. That's when it got back to something that was actually
people said nice things about Mitch Trubisky, too, before he hit the NFL.
That he'd be better than Jordan?
Sure, yeah.
Why didn't he go to Wisconsin?
I mean, he just went where his heart sent him.
Hell?
Wisconsin's not even listed on the schools of choice there. What are we doing there?
He's a legend.
My great guard? Who are we recruiting?
I like watching. Look at Adam's brain right now. Adam's brain is like, what?
Look,
yeah, right.
And now I'm just mad.
Oh, man. He's like, what?
Hey, Hogue, Josh J in the comments, that was the running joke that Unga lived in Kankakee County. Do you get that reference at all? Because I'm not sure what he's going with, but Josh J's got a Kankakee County on Unga.
No, that's what I was saying. Like he showed up in Bourbon every year. Like after, like he wasn't even on the team anymore. But
I get it.
He would just be there. You know what I mean? Like they'd be like, "Oh yeah, Harvey's back."
Little slow over here. It's on me. It's no problem. That won't be the first time this happens. Unga.
Oh, look at it. Look at it.
Calm down, Joey.
I love Joey so much. Look at this man.
That's a quick turn right there.
One of his nicknames is Mr. 99. Because he had a 99% efficient field goal percentage.
Adam, Carm, do you guys understand that I deal with this every day? Every fucking day.
It's all right. I got to deal with Carm every day.
I love you. Hey, did you vote on my poll? And if you did, what would you say? Mitch Trubisky is being evaluated week to week if he stays with the Steelers. If he will stay as the Steelers QB. Wondering if Bears fans are rooting for Mitch to succeed. A was yes, Mitch is a good dude. B is no, bad look for the Bears. C is indifferent. Where are you at, Hogue?
So no, because if he's good for the Steelers, it's a bad look for the Bears.
Yeah, but let me do what what Matt Peck would have said, which is no. It's hysterical when he sucks, which you only have.
Okay, yeah, I'm rooting for Mitch. I don't know why. I think it's because I made a prediction that he was going to be a starter in the NFL once again, which I guess technically already came true, but I just kind of want to be more right about it, if that makes sense. So, like, at least give me 6 games. And then after 6 games, you could bench him and do whatever you want with him. I don't think that Kenny Pickett's going to be any better, though. Like, that, there's that problem, too, especially as a rookie.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that, man. Like, I just want to see Mitch have one game. That's all I honestly want to see. I just want to see him have one game where he looks legitimately like a real NFL quarterback. And I can say, you know what? I'm proud of you. You did it. All right, you did something great. Like, that's all I really want from him, man. I think you'll get one from him, and then after that, like Adam said, like he'll go to the bench, they'll put in the rookie, and we'll go from there.
To Peck's point, though, it's kind of, I don't know if it's funny, but like he's literally reliving his rookie year right now, but as Mike Glennon.
Yeah. That's the best part.
Because everybody wants Pickett to play. They don't want him to play. And whether or not Pickett's ready, it's just putting Mitch in a position where everyone's rooting for him to fail. Except for me, apparently. I'm Team Mitch. Let's go.
Well, we can name like Team Mitch people in Chicago who wanted to succeed. Mike North might be leading the charge. Okay. David Kaplan is in there.
Yes. Oh, Cap is definitely in there.
Cap is there for sure. Who else is in there? Is that it?
It's a small club.
Ryan Pace. Ryan Pace is in that club for sure.
The founding member.
So Pace is in there, but Nagy's not? Nagy's for sure not.
Nagy's not in there. No
I feel
way.
like, and Hogue, correct me if I'm wrong, I always got the impression that Matt Nagy hated Mitch Trubisky and did not believe in him.
Yeah, I agree.
I still believe that he liked him when he took the job. He just quickly realized that his opinion was wrong, and then he was kind of stuck with him. So maybe then, I don't know if it ever been. See, here's the thing. Mitch was hard. I don't know that anyone inside the walls of House Hall actually ever hated Mitch because he really was a good teammate. And he was like somebody you wanted to root for. It's just eventually they had to come to terms, I think, in 2019 that it just really wasn't working, and it was too bad.
Do we think that when Nagy was being interviewed by Ryan Pace, and Pace is like, what do you think of this guy Mitch Trubisky? And he was just like, he just flat lied. I love him.
Just to get the job?
Just to get the gigs.
Yeah, I can believe that.
That would
No,
make
because
Really?
I'm thinking back to my own reporting here a little bit, guys. He liked Mitch coming out of North Carolina. He just liked Mahomes more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so his own scouting report of Mitch Trubisky, because they have the quarterbacks coach in on those, they're involved in looking at those players, was generally positive. It just wasn't to the level that entire organization like Mahomes, which was obviously the correct evaluation.
Yeah, I don't see how you hate the guy that got you the Coach of the Year award. He was your starting quarterback when you were there.
Oh, he just busted out Coach of the Year.
He what? That's what he got.
I mean,
Pro Bowl alternate Mitch Trubisky got you that, sir, and to the playoff. That was him.
12-4.
Let me
Matt
interject you.
Nagy's not a defensive guy.
We
so
do,
I'm not going to say it was the schemes that he was running in those little nice plays he was running.
We do have our
That got him
first
there.
super chat.
It's a thing. It happened.
Big Dave, please make the super chat noise. Thank you. So,
Whoa!
Tony Booth, who throws for more yards? Week 3, Mitch or Justin Fields? See you guys at the tailgate. Hashtag bear down. Love that.
Oh, that's sweet that
See you
you're
at the
coming,
tailgate,
Tony.
baby.
Appreciate
Love that.
you. And for those who don't know, and I'm guessing most of you do, but just in case you don't, 8 a.m. Sunday, Michigan and Roosevelt. We've got all the food. We've got all the drink. We've got all the personality. Hey. But most importantly, we just want to hang out with you. Honestly, you guys are going to be the star of this tailgate. So, we are just it's one big happy family, and you're a part of it. So let's go.
come hang out with us.
Come on. It's going to be a whole lot of fun on Sunday
To Tony's question, I'm going to go with option C, Chase Daniel. As far as who throws more passing yards between Mitch and Justin, week 3. I mean, it's like you could feel good about Justin being the answer if Mitch sets a really low bar in an hour.
I'm going Justin on this one, guys. I think tonight's not going to be the prettiest of football games offensively. You're going into Cleveland, night game. They got a good defense. You know, Mitch might get that Justin Fields treatment he got last year in Cleveland. And I'm kind of bullish on the Bears putting up some points against the Texans on Sunday. So I'm going to go with Fields.
So, me too.
No, I agree.
Come on, like please come through on Sunday, this week 3. Let's not wait any longer. Have yourself a game. I can't. Were you out there today, by the way, Adam Hogue at Bears practice? Yep. Yeah. Okay. So, and I went yesterday, and Fields talked to the media at the podium, but this is the first time that I've been to open locker room. So I literally have had no feel for his personality other than what we see up there.
Yeah.
And so I got to see him behind closed doors, and just in his just being like a normal dude. And it was like, oh my God, this dude is normal.
Yeah.
He's just and he's young.
Yeah.
He is a young, normal, athletic, smart, talented quarterback who's trying to figure it out, and like it made me want to. It's actually made me want to root for him more, just seeing him like that. I don't know if you have you had your moment with Fields yet, Hogue? Where you're
I don't know. It's been very limited because they drafted him during COVID and.
This was a rare thing. I mean, he was talking off the cuff about the comments that he made and speaking at the podium and damage control or whatever. And it was just this normal guy. I'm like, okay, hey Justin, just so you know, just like I did with Derek and other, like you are in the club of dudes I'm rooting for right now. Like I hated the Rose narrative, and if people start going to Fields, I'm going to hate that too. Go ahead, yeah, I'm bad.
Yeah, just to your point, though, I have noticed, and this has only been a couple weeks, like since locker room opened, but he's in there. Like back in the Jay Cutler days, Cuddy might take one pass through at some point because he wanted to get take the shortcut to the bathroom or something. But otherwise, he didn't hang out in the locker room when the media were in there. Mitch's time in there was also limited when the media was in there, and I did notice. Last week, I think the week before that, Justin was in there and not like hiding. And for whatever that's worth, now that may change over time. I think we also got to realize that a lot of these, basically, you're talking about the last 3 years worth of players. were drafted when there weren't. So basically, anybody who's a third-year pro or under has never dealt with open locker room yet, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
And that's a huge portion of the Bears roster because the roster's so young. So, like, they probably haven't figured out the ins and outs of hiding it from us yet. And I guess if Justin has to talk to Carm, he'll probably figure it out by next week.
I went right up to him and I just told him my opinion on what was said. I'm like, dude, I basically just said, like, I don't think you should have had to apologize for anything. And,
Zero.
And I get why. And he.
Whoa! Monday you went after him.
No, I did not. How did I go after him? That was not me.
He said it wasn't me.
I
He hit
swear
you
it
with the
wasn't
Shaggy.
me.
Hey,
Wait, what did
that video we did with Casey? You were like, "Don't ever go after the fans."
No. I did. I need to see the tape on that. I would not have said that. I might have said it's a bad strategy. Are you lying right now? Are you trying to put me in the corner? I might have said it's a bad strategy. I certainly didn't say don't go after the fans.
Sam Adams there, Adam.
Bracken Fields on the sofa. Wasn't me.
No, just
Carm denied.
I did
denied.
I did not do that. I need.
Hey,
look at whole face.
I'm just saying, like, Casey might want to go delete that video now.
Oh, okay. There's this.
Oh man.
This is a good play by Hogue because I'm literally worried about what I said, that I definitely didn't say. So that's a good job. Hey, Adam, before you got a little more time actually, and Corey Wooden's coming up at 7:15. We're hanging out. Good to see everybody in the chat.
Trash Binsky. Oh wow. That's a tough
Who's going with trans?
That's new.
New.
That's a little aggressive. Okay, so
Hurtful.
And by the way, my brother is emailing me. Who's better, Trubisky or Fields? Hey,
Who's better?
but brother Dave, Justin Damn Fields.
Who's better? Like at football? Who's better?
Yes, that's what he's asking.
What?
You have a brother named Dave?
Yes, I do.
I have a brother named Dave, and all of my friends call him Brother Dave.
He does.
That's kind of amazing.
Kind of spooky.
I'm in wonderful
You're-
company
you're-
right now.
Is your brother Dave older or younger than you? Let's get into the family.
Older than me by 5 years.
Okay, so my brother Dave is older than me by plus 20.
Oh, snap.
All right.
Same situation. I mean, I was not a planned entity. Let's all get to know each other really well right now. Let's this is Bears After Dark. Everything's on the table. Cheers.
What a pleasant surprise to your universe, Carm was.
Right.
That's debatable, but I am happy to be here. Thank you
I
very
think
much.
that was implied as soon as you said he was 20 years older than you.
Yeah. It was in there.
Who? New. Who are you saying? No, it's not Carm. The guy stinks. Who stinks? Can you clarify?
I think he's talking about Trash Binsky.
Oh, when you said that was a step too far,
Yeah.
calling him Trash Binsky.
Okay.
Yes.
Also, just not a very clever nickname.
I mean, Trash Bin.
Do better.
Like trash bin. Like Trash bin. It's
Oh,
not
hey,
terrible.
okay, I didn't even
Trash
put that part.
Yeah.
Hey,
I didn't either, honestly.
I don't disagree with you. Dude can't play.
No.
That doesn't mean I'm not rooting for him. But I'm not really. Actually, in my own.
This is what you did with Justin Fields this week, too.
No,
There
I
it goes.
didn't. Yeah, in my own.
That's
I'll
hilarious.
say this, and this is sideways too.
Yes, sir.
I had a very hard time rooting for him when he was in the uniform because it was painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was painful. Like, you could have had Mahomes, you could have had Watson. You guys are complete idiots, and you want that's. I think it's fair to call that pick was completely and utterly idiotic.
Right.
I tell you what was wild was I remember, and I said this to you when we were off camera, how I was reading the tweet of Mitch talking about calling plays, and he was saying, "Oh, I don't call audibles. Like that comes from the sideline. I don't call the audibles." And I for real looked at it and thought that it was from when he was here. I thought it was a mistake. I was like, "Wait, what?" Like, no, because I remember he couldn't call audibles here either. I was like, "You still can't do that? Like, you haven't gotten to that level where."
Right.
No, let's check.
Year
Like, you ain't got to that.
5, franchise 3 still has training wheels.
Still got the training wheels on, bro.
Right,
Like,
right.
no,
So
man.
I think we named it then, and we can name it now. And Mitch is gone, so he's now watching the show. Mitch was dumb. He was. He could not. And I was clued into his level of processing and or intelligence when you would listen to him in his press conferences. He talked a zillion miles an hour. None of it made any sense, and he could not. like at that point in time, and I know things have gone incredibly sideways with Deshaun Watson, but there was that one moment with Watson at that time where somebody asked him a question, and he was like, well, how much football do you know? He's like, I don't mean it like that. And then he's like, okay, well, here. And then he did this detailed description of what was going on. And I'm sitting there like, okay, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right.
But that is
You know who else didn't know what he was talking about? Mitch Trubisky.
that's a dude who's able to articulate what he saw, which, by the way, Justin Fields can do the same thing, which is one of the reasons to be optimistic on Fields.
Yeah.
But Mitch could never do that. Al, he's not watching. Mitch is playing football tonight.
Did you ever see Mitch on the QB camp that John Gruden has?
Yes.
I never watched.
Okay, so Mitch had a scene where when he walks in the room, immediately John Gruden tells him, no, give me a hard count on 3 on Z, and he does it, and he sits there like, yeah, I did it. And Gruden's like, no, that's not it. That is not how you do it. And I said, wait, this the dude we drafted? Oh, my God, no.
But those 12 games at UNC, Dave.
Oh, my God.
That reservation with Jim McMahon's name, Pace loved that, and his Camry.
Loved, my friend had a great, he said Pace loved him because Pace saw himself in Mitch Trubisky. That's why he drafted Mitch. He saw him.
So that's another whole part of it, which we don't need to go down that road. But people don't want to. That's after dark. People don't want to. They do not want to name their unconscious biases that everyone has. That you have to. That an evolved human being can see that bias. Oh, I like Trubisky more than I like these two guys who look a little bit different than me and play different than I am. Yeah. So this is the dude that feels more comfortable to me. So if an evolved person will be like, I do feel more comfortable here, but maybe I need to open up to what is, in this case, reality. Right. And I don't think it was like, I don't want to draft a black quarterback, but I do think it was like this is his comfort zone.
He related to this dude, driving that, what was he, that Toyota Corolla, whatever he was driving,
like a Ford Taurus or whatever it was.
Whatever it was, he related to all of that and loved every second of that, and he just really saw himself.
And people get bent sideways on that, but look, if Trubisky was Watson, if he was 28-2, and Watson was Trubisky, is there any just process that for a second? Is there any chance that Watson would have been picked 3rd overall / second overall trading up? Like there is a 0%
No, never. And I'm not going to put this just on Pace because Mitch was ranked higher,
right? No,
than on a lot of things,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like on a lot of polls, he was ranked as the best quarterback in that draft. One season of 8-5 in North Carolina was ranked the best quarterback of the draft. So, take that for what it's worth right there. But, tough times.
We can move from that. Hey, are you looking forward to Bucks and Packers, Adam Hogue?
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm still not totally convinced that the Packers are the top team in the division right now. I mean, until they're dethroned from that, we got to consider them that. But I guess my point is, just bouncing back against the Bears on Sunday night, I don't think proves that. I still think that they have some issues that they got to work through, and they don't play well against the Bucs usually. And Todd Bowles usually has some answers for Aaron Rodgers. So this is, I think, a big test for them with no wide receivers. I shouldn't say no wide receivers, but really, I mean, come on, they don't really have great weapons in Green Bay, and so I think that I like the Bucs in this game, to be honest with you.
And the Bucs are also missing Mike Evans because he is suspended for a game, and I think it's interesting because the NFL's Vice President of Rules and Policy Administration is John Runyon Sr. His son, John Runyon Jr., plays for the Green Bay Packers. And so this was the dude who was in charge of figuring out whether or not Evans should be suspended for getting in a brawl with Saints cornerback, well, not even just helping out in a scuffle and running over at Saints cornerback Marshawn Lattimore, which I'm not saying that he suspended the dude so his son could win, but that's just not a great look for the league. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, a little bit of conflict of interest there, but I got to be honest with you. Like Evans and Lattimore, they've been through this before. It's not the first time Evans has been suspended. Honestly, I was surprised he didn't get more. So, just because of the history here, just because it's a suspension wasn't surprising here, I guess is the point I'm trying to make. So I don't think it was, if this was something where 90% of the world was like, he shouldn't have been suspended, then maybe there'd be credence to that conspiracy theory. But I think John Runyon Sr. can separate that from the fact that his son's playing in the game.
Yeah,
His is more fun though, Adam.
I'm gonna have a hard time drumming up controversy on this one because Hoag's right. But I do think the son's on the team and the dad's like suspended.
Right.
And by the way,
I do agree that like maybe the NFL should have somebody else who could step in this situation and make that decision. That is a little weird.
I mean, Packers, Bucks, Rodgers. Can't we just Rodgers, Brady? Root for a drone strike and be done with it.
Oh wow, you're tired of both of them.
Get them out.
We about to go down this road? Let's go.
Out.
Here we go. Let's do this.
That's all I have to say.
No, it ain't.
Rodgers versus Brady. I'm rooting for a drone strike.
Who are you more bothered by?
Yes. I mean, Rodgers because he and Brady both douchebag pieces of shit. But
God, I love Pack.
Rodgers is a douchebag piece of shit who's also in a Packers jersey and has tormented me for more than a decade. So Rodgers bugs me a little bit more.
The best.
Which part of the douchery for Brady are we dialing up here?
Oh, we're going. Let's do this.
Like the Mr. Perfect with the perfect smile and the supermodel wife and all that.
Oh, him being
and
great.
Then,
So that's just a high accomplishment level.
The MJ comparisons and all of that nonsense.
There's no comparison there.
And I mean, come on. He's buddy with 45. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
I got it. He's too perfect.
Too perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
Too perfect. He's got it all.
And
he shouldn't. And Matt hates it.
So this and Adam, you can. I think it's time for you to do what you do in Hoagland on Thursday night. So, we love you, buddy.
Which is usually change diapers and cook some food and do some laundry and maybe catch the fourth quarter of the game. Yeah.
Go to your favorite sushi spot in Vernon Hills for a pickup. I feel like that's a Thursday night thing, perhaps.
Well, yeah, you caught me on the one Thursday where we were celebrating a birthday last week. Yeah.
He said Brown Steelers. Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to try to watch. I got Virginia Tech, West Virginia on right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's 3-0. It's not very exciting, but
not very.
If you're looking for some advice on some live in-game bets, I'm sure Cody's got a few picks for you.
Yeah, keep betting Kirk Cousins on Monday night. Great logic there.
Woof.
That was only reason, literally the only reason why I went with the Eagles on Monday night. I was like, Kirk Cousins on Monday. Yeah. He's not playing the Bears? Okay, yeah. Eagles, lock.
Cody.
Adam, see you Sunday at 8 o'clock at the tailgate. I know you're going to be the first one there.
Yeah.
Behind Braggs.
Definitely won't be the first, but I will be there.
Mm-hmm. We'll see you then, brother. Appreciate you.
Baby.
Bye, Adam.
Hoge, Hoag. We're going to bring Corey Wooten in a second here, but first off, I got to slow myself down because I've looked at this a million times.
Breathe.
And breathing.
Take it on in.
Breathing. There. And it helps, when you breathe, as Peck is spilling on himself beautifully. I love it. Green Ridge Farm.
Oh, yes. Perfect.
Is so delicious and so amazing, and the meat, the cheese, the company, they're bringing you the better all-natural option, makers of the all-natural deli meat. We all had it in here. Peck crushed it. I don't remember.
What does this email say? Read it out loud.
Your order has arrived.
From Green Ridge Farm.
That's right.
It was
on my doorstep right
I'm
now.
telling you.
You talked about it on the show.
Let's wrap this up.
I am incentivized. They are one of our sponsors, but straight delicious. Perfect.
Delicious is delicious. Yeah.
Tailgating, happy hour, school lunches, the meat sticks come in chicken, Black Forest beef. You got the jalapeno cheddar, which was amazing, spicy chili. Right now, by the way, just like Peck did, you can order 3 meat products at greenridgefarm.com. And they will include a pack of meat sticks in your cart. Those meat sticks, of course, are free. Use that code CHGO at checkout. Simply natural meat. You're eating healthy. Incredible family that put this company together. Greenridge Farm. It's awesome.
Yes.
All right. Corey Wooten, I believe we're going back to back from Hogue to Wooten, one of the great moves in the history of Bears After Dark.
What's up, fellas? What's up? How y'all doing?
Yes, sir.
Woot, did you hear what Peck said? He hates both Rodgers and Favre. Rodgers and Brady.
Oh, yeah, add him to the list.
Yeah,
Man, you know, they're arguably two of the greatest quarterbacks ever play. I have nothing but respect for those guys because on the field, man, they're absolutely beasts to play against. But I've always said this, man. I think people are more scared to play Rodgers than they are Tom Brady, for sure.
Well, they're gonna lose on one of them. I know they're gonna lose on.
Well, that's a hot take right there. That you think that people are more scared to play Rodgers than Brady
over a full 60 minutes, or like I think right now more afraid of Rodgers if it's like he's got the ball down a score and 40 ticks on the clock, because Brady doesn't really have that part of his game in him anymore at this stage of his career. But I don't know, maybe that's not what you meant.
So I think when it talks about like having to prepare for him, right, when he can get outside the pocket and whatnot, I think people really, because he's one of the best stepping up in that B gap or going around that defensive left side and then completing bombs out there. So he always kept you up at night. Like playing Tom Brady, I feel like you feel like if you could just keep him in that pocket and contain him, like you feel like you can get it home. Get your hands up, press the coverage up a little bit more. But I feel like, Aaron Rodgers, I mean, his skill set is so unique. He could do it on the run. His completion percentage is actually better outside of the pocket. So, I mean, both of those guys are GOATs in their own right. And obviously Brady because of the rings. But I think, honestly, if you had Aaron Rodgers in that Patriots team, shoot, he might have won 10. Honestly.
Ooh, let me add, but doesn't that add to like how great Brady is? Like, you're like, I know what he's about to do. I know how to keep him. I know to keep him in the pocket. I know how to handle him. And he's still going out there and delivering over and over and over again.
It is impressive because when they count him down and out, especially when he went over to the Bucs, everyone said, oh, well, he's for the Patriots system. Let's see how he'll do here. And then he balls out against it. But I think Belichick put him in a great position to succeed. And I look a lot like as a young quarterback, he had such a great system, to help him develop in the confidence. Because when Brady was coming out, he was a 6th-round draft pick. Everyone kind of predicted him as a career backup, to be honest with you. But I think, Belichick in that system, it helps those quarterbacks out. Look at Jimmy Garoppolo, Matt Castle, Jacoby Brissett, right? They've all played well in that system. And that's what I'm hoping the Bears can do with Justin Fields, right? Put him in a great system. Script for success for him. Get him the confidence, because once that confidence is up there, now Brady can play for anybody. Different guys around the league can play for anybody once they get their confidence up. So that's what I'm hoping Luke Getsy will do. Last week, I just didn't understand why he abandoned the plan after that first drive. That just baffled me.
Let's get to that in 1 second, but let me read a couple chats here. First of all, Billy in Forsey, who I saw on Twitter this week, you're awesome. How do the Wildcats do on Saturday? I have no idea.
Hey, Carm, they got to win, all right? If not, I'm going to have to go up to Evanston, all right? And people are going to have to tuck in their chain because I'm going to be Debo right now. I'll tell you that.
I mean, Cats are losing to Duke and SIU at home, Woot. That ain't good, Woot.
Sylvie giving the speech and helping them out. No, we're better than that, all right? You can't lose to a 1AA school. I'm sorry. I'm cool with the Duke loss, but you cannot lose to the Salukis, all right? I'm sorry. I know they bring their lunch pail or whatever. No, you cannot lose to one of those.
I'm not cool with the Duke loss. I don't get how Duke has Northwestern's number. We're not, but yes, I love the Cat fan coming in, Billy.
Go Cats!
Yeah,
Go Cats.
And losing to a team that got a pep talk from Mark Silverman, who Sylvie, we love you, but that's just embarrassing. It just is. Renewable and rechargeable Wildcats in the house. Charlie, I hate Favre the most, especially after his most recent scandal. I'll bring up that uncomfortable topic for a second. That dude Brett Favre.
Nothing like robbing from the poor and giving to the rich, which is yourself.
And nothing like text saying, is the media going to find this out? Knowing full well what you were doing, Brett Favre deserves to do jail time. I'm not. He doesn't need to go forever, but there should be some. there should be
Still
some time.
$5 million.
What about we just make him line up next to Corey one more time? How's that for a punishment?
We said the last time we were talking about that, Carm.
That's right.
They said, Corey's got to sack him once a week for the rest of his life.
I dig that.
And we still appreciate that very much.
And we thank you.
We thank you for your
This is
service.
the first time we've gotten a chance to chat, Corey.
Yes.
Seriously, thank you.
Thank
One
you.
of the greatest things I've ever watched in my Chicago sports fan life.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
The Chicago fan base, they loves it, man, because Favre terrorized you guys for years. So, he wasn't in a Packer uniform. He was in Minnesota, but hey,
Didn't matter.
that was a
Hate
great
was still
day
there.
because we won the NFC North. Hester broke the record.
Yep.
My first sack against him. So it was a great day for Bears fans, Bears players. It was a great day.
And the weather wasn't fun either.
No. Cold as ice. And that ground was as hard as ice, man.
Right.
Hey, Woo, what's your read on the Vikings? They beat Green Bay, they kill them at home, and then they go and get smoked by the Eagles. On Monday night, whatever. Kirk Cousins sucks on Monday night, but maybe there's more to it than that.
This is classic Kirk Cousins, right? He comes out and he has a couple games here or there when they don't pressure him. But as soon as you get pressure in his face, he struggles. Like from the time we played him when he was in Washington, same thing. He's a lot like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right? When he's not pressured, he feels good back there and he's able to complete every throw. He has a great arm, great reads. But then when you're breathing down his neck, he throws errant throws, he kind of takes sacks. So I think that's the recipe to stop Kirk Cousins. And everyone's saying, well, the Vikings are the front runner. And I was like, nah, I think Green Bay, because every year they always find a way. But I know in that first game, against Green Bay and the Vikings, Aaron Rodgers never plays good at the Vikings home. He never does. It's a hostile place to play, so they usually split. But, Kirk Cousins, in my opinion, I think he's a talented quarterback. But once the pressure gets him, he kind of really reveals himself.
Hey, Wood, are you surprised that Dalvin Cook hasn't gotten it going yet for the Vikes?
Yeah, I have been surprised. I thought, early on in that first game, he looked pretty good, but I think they were a little bit pass happy. And especially coming out in the game against the Eagles, I thought they would get the running game going. Haven't been able to thus far. But that's what happens. A lot of times when you make a team one-dimensional and put the pressure on their quarterback, there's very few quarterbacks in this league that can live up to that.
Yeah.
Hey, another reminder for our tailgate coming up. We are going to have the cornhole rolling courtesy of Chi-Town Cornhole, the #1 cornhole provider for Chicagoland and Illinois since 2007. Woot has games supposedly. I'm not exactly sure. Big Dave, you got it?
No, I'm just laughing at the range coming off it because I was told earlier on the show when we were doing CHGO Bulls by this man over here to never, ever call it cornhole.
Oh.
It is not called that.
You
You said it's called that.
Shout out to Chi-Town Cornhole, who made us those amazing custom
It
CHGO set of
got
bags.
lights.
But how are you called Chi-Town Cornhole? Because if you are from Chicago, you don't call it cornhole. I'm sorry. It's bags. Only people in Midwest that call it cornhole are like flyover Midwest people.
Because you can't
This
call
is
it Chicago
and we call it
people,
bags,
right?
damn it.
So this is
Hawkeyes.
this is going to be a pet conversation with Chi-Town Cornhole /
Thanks for the bags.
Yeah. Their signature box, by the way, can be digitally printed, covered in vinyl. Maybe there'll be a bags edition on there and painted. They're veteran owned and operated. They're packed. Veteran.
Shout out.
They can ship them anywhere, by the way. So
They are really amazing looking, man.
they are amazing.
Like,
If you're going global, then maybe you're not as bothered as Peck is right now. Corporate designs for your company's next marketing, social event, wedding gifts. Send it down to Woot for whatever Woot does when he's watching his Wildcats and getting
Tossed
angry.
him back. Uh-oh, I see it.
No, there it is.
I see it.
Carm doesn't even have the flip. Carm's like in between. If he's under or over. You dangle too much. Carm dangles too much.
Let me see your form, Peck. What do you got?
What you got? Peck's the one. Here we
Hard
go.
to do in a chair, but
Yeah.
Oh,
You got
wow,
to stand
yeah.
up. You got to
So I
show
like-
you
that's what I
all,
like.
Woot. You got to show it.
hold on.
Come on, step to the side. All right, here we go.
Oh wow!
Is he bowling? What's it?
Yeah. Woo!
But he did the 3-step. But
To be fair, Woody is not
Anyone who throws bags flat-footed is just wrong and hurting themselves in their game.
or you're a former NFL lineman. I do it that way.
I do take a step, but Okay. I mean, listen.
I got to see that, Carm. Next time we're in the studio, man, I got to see it because I'm really doubting your bag skills, bro.
Dave and I were trying to play today in the studio,
They're
but
too loud,
it was
yeah.
deemed to be too loud by the
way too
people
loud.
that were trying to do real work.
When it hits,
Yeah.
underneath, they're probably over there. Hey, guys, keep it down.
No, don't worry about any of that. We'll take him downstairs next time you're here. We'll get a power game going on in the alley.
Man, dang, Carm, all right.
I'm
serious. I like this.
Why not? And listen, Woot's challenging and doesn't buy my form, and I'm going to show him in real time what I can do, right or wrong. By the way, no score Cleveland and Pittsburgh if you're not watching and watching us. And Mitch is an early 1 for 2 for 13 yards.
Boom.
Wow.
Boom.
Better than I would have guessed.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Big bad Mitch hasn't put any points on the board yet. Hey, Woot, you think that Justin gets it going on Sunday, or are you nervous about it?
No, I think he will, because I think Luke Getsy is looking at that tape, and he really did him a disservice, to be honest with you. They run the ball down the Packers' throat. He had one good pass play set up by the play action. Then they have that naked where he's one-on-one on Rashawn Gary, one-on-one, hits him to the sideline, gets in the touchdown. And then all of a sudden, gun run, 4 3-and-outs. And then I'm like pulling my hair out. I'm like, this was working. And as a former defensive lineman, it's so hard when teams are going 21 personnel against you, right? Or 22 with 2 tight ends and a fullback as well, because it's smash mouth football. And then trying to rush the passer is even hard off that. So I thought, you have the perfect recipe. You're getting the run game going, and then you can work the play action off it. But what do? No, we go to gun run. We try to get too cute. It was a classic example of an offensive coordinator in this league getting too cute, and it happens all the time. You look at what Shanahan did in that first game. He tried to get too cute. He tried to work the pass and all this stuff. Listen, what is working, continue with it. And then when they stop it, do something off that. So I don't understand, week in and week out, coordinators always do this, and I just don't understand.
Well, can I say I just love your too cute shimmy that you got right there, man? It's pretty smooth, bro. I'm feeling that.
Yeah. I got the shoulders right here. But yeah, what did you guys think about that? It's the play calling. I just couldn't understand it.
Yeah, it was strange because, like you said, after that first series, I was like, oh wow, when they scored, I'm like, wow, they mixed it up nicely. They look like they understood what he does well. And even, on the score, you let him get outside the pocket and, use his athleticism. And then after that, everything just kind of changed. And when you got to that fourth quarter, it was like run. And even though you were having success, part of that success is because the Packers are like, well, we're not worried about the run. Go ahead and run the clock. It's fine. It's no issue for us. Go ahead and do that. So, yeah, man, I didn't get that part. He's not – what the stat he has 28 attempts. In 2 games.
It's ugly.
And every team in the NFL has at least 28 completions in 2 games. That's wild. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he's got to throw it more, man. You got to – at some point, you have to trust him. Like, you got to.
Yeah, you look at what Green Bay had, real quick, Carm. Green Bay had the perfect philosophy, right? They were going to run the ball, right? And obviously they have arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks. They could have passed the ball just to pass the ball, but they were like, why even need to do that, right? Aaron Rodgers was like, that was what the defense was giving us. That was working. And I only had, 25 pass attempts. But it was what it was. We took what the defense gave you. That's why I don't understand why the Bears didn't do the same, because Justin Fields could have had a similar stat line to Aaron Rodgers, 19 to 25, because you got to think about it, how much clock they burned on that first drive. And then again in the third quarter when they drove down the field 8 or 9 minutes, utilizing that run. So the time of possession game was lost just because the Bears had so many 3-and-outs in that first half. So I just didn't understand, because it sets everything else up. It wears down the opposing defense, and then it softens the passing game, because then guys are in the eyes in the backfield, the defensive backs and whatnot. So yeah, it's unfortunate, because I think Justin Fields could have had a pretty good game, set up off that run, but he failed to do that.
And they also, all those consecutive 3-and-outs had, drives that started with a penalty on first down, or a play that went nowhere on first down. So then they're always all of a sudden looking at these second and third down situations with somewhere between 10 and 20 yards to go, and the playbook shrinks immensely when you're putting yourself in that situation every down.
Yeah.
Exactly. You got to get ahead of the downs, especially with the running game. Montgomery at least is getting 4 yards a pop usually.
Right.
So then you set yourself up in a third and manageable, and not a third and 10, third and 12 because of these penalties.
Hey, Getsy, just the one thing I wanted to clarify that was at least moderately interesting to hear. He said he called 19 pass plays of the 42, and that the way it turned out is, field scrambling, whatnot, it got to 11. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be different on Sunday.
Yeah.
I would be beyond shocked, despite the fact, by the way, that the Texans give up a ton of yards on the ground. So, but they are not going to do that again, ever. Certainly not Sunday. I'm
hoping that. I'm hoping that. Stick with what works, right? The two tight ends, one tight end, a fullback. I think that's really hard to defend, and Lovey's defense is trying to figure things out. They don't have the personnel exactly for Tampa 2. I know they got Jerry Hughes. He's used to being a 3-4 rush linebacker. So I think they can exploit them in the running game, especially he's an undersized defensive end in this Tampa 2 defense. So I would run at him. I would target him. He's a great pass rusher, but I think he's undersized in the run game.
Yeah.
Hey, Wood, I want to talk a little bit about rivalries tonight before we get out of here, and guys that you absolutely hated but maybe could say something nice about or not. Who did you despise the most when you were playing college and or pro?
Oh man! So when I was in college, we played against this tackle from Chicago. His name he went to Michigan State. Roland Martin, big old dude, man. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but I seen him a couple times out in Chicago, right? And when I was a younger guy, he was a junior and senior. And I just remember the whole game, he would just be calling my name like Wooden, like the whole game. And I just get so mad. I try to like bull rush him. And this dude was like 330, 340. And I was like early on in my career, so I didn't really have a bull rush like that. I just remember that guy being the most annoying. And I literally just try to rush him and just stick my hand in his face mask and pull it. Like I was just so irritated the whole game because he was just calling my name. He's actually a super nice guy off the field after the game, linking up with him years down the road. But in college, I really, really despised him for that. And then probably a guy I didn't have that much experience going against, but Richie Incognito, man. You just see him on film and during the games, and you're like, that's one of those guys that like everything extra. Like extra, like doing the most all the time, grabbing your face mask, grabbing your jersey from behind, like all the stuff, and then everyone would just get so irritated. I don't know if you remember.
Really surprising to hear that Incognito was a dirty player. I mean, like, caught me totally off guard with that one, Wood.
Who was that guy that played for the Texans? Was it Antonio Smith? He was a defensive lineman when him and Incognito got into it, and his helmet fell off, and they were throwing punches at each other and all that. But that's really what guys want to do, and obviously you gotta control your temper. But man, he's one of those guys that like gets on your nerves. And our coach Rod Marinelli told us every time before he played him, like, listen, he's going to try to do all the extra stuff. Just go back to the huddle. I'll talk to the refs if it happens, because we don't want to get a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty, because that's what he tries to do. He tries to bait you to do it, and they always see the second guy. They never see the first guy doing it.
Mm-hmm. He was a 9-year vet at that point, just going back in time. It was 2013. Yeah. And then he forgave him after the fact, which he didn't necessarily need to do, which actually just makes me think 2013, I go back to my favorite quarterback in Chicago Bear history outside of Jim McMahon. And that's right, I'm talking about Josh McCown.
I thought you were going to say Jay Cutler.
I did too. I was bracing.
I am not saying no. Hey, but like there was a piece, Dan Pompei does a great job covering football, that he thinks that McCown could go straight from player to head coach. I don't know how well you knew him, but does that compute to you, what you knew of Josh McCown? You're nodding your head, so maybe you do have a take on this.
Yeah, probably one of my favorite guys I play with, like real down-to-earth guy, a great leader out there. I honestly think if he had a little bit more talent football-wise, and nothing to take away from him, I just think he was one of those guys that was a leader. But if he had a little more skill throwing the ball and some of these things, I feel like he could have been a real force in this league, just because of his leadership, his athleticism. I mean, it's unbelievable. Have you ever seen the guy play basketball? I mean, guys windmilling, like 360s, like serious athleticism, like unbelievable. Like YouTube it when we get off this, you're gonna be like, oh my God, Josh McCown is one of the best athletes I ever played with. But guys rallied around him. I think they respected him, and even when Jay got hurt, he came in, and everyone's kind of looking to him because no offense to Jay Cutler by any means, but everyone kind of knows he wasn't what you'd call like a typical leader. He wasn't the guy that you're looking to on 4th and 5 that's going to give you this pep talk and say we need to get this first down or we're going to drive down and score. That wasn't Jay Cutler, but Josh McCown was that type. And it's great to play with him, and I think he could be. Oh, here we go. Pulling it up. Let's see it.
Ooh, okay.
Let's see a dunk. We need to see some of these dunks because he was dunking a few times.
Here come one.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
You see?
On the other side. I see
The little double clutch. Look at him.
There's a little Jason Williams move right there.
Look at that in the alley.
White chocolate.
Okay. All right.
Look at that, man. He got some skills, man.
Contest together.
Yeah, but there's a reason why he played for so long, right? Like his ability to come into a situation, be able to lead the team to victory, when the starter's out, and the guys trusted him, coaches, and he was such a great mentor, for quarterbacks. Like him and Jay Cutler had a good relationship. He always telling about the coverages, what to look for. And I think that can for sure translate to him being a head coach. You look at some guys in the NBA that have done that, went from, playing to coaching right away. So it'd be good to see him do that because I think he could help out some of these young quarterbacks because he understands. And a lot of these young quarterbacks in the league need a guy like Josh McCown to mentor him, to be honest with you.
I don't know. Mitch might be beyond his help. I don't know if you guys saw, but
Yeah, I saw.
Steelers were set up with
He's
incredible
okay.
field position after a blocked punt, and Mitch did absolutely nothing with that field position.
And
Went 3 and out, and they missed the field goal.
It's the field goal. Yeah, it's hot.
Mitch needs a mentor, you
Right.
guys.
Hey, well,
Yeah.
I was seeing earlier a couple of days ago, Devin Hester being a finalist for the Hall of Fame. Man, what was it like to sit there and watch this dude on the sideline perform?
Man, it was unbelievable. So my first 2 years, I played mostly special teams, right? I was in the rotation a little bit defensively, but I had to be on special teams to get on the field, right? So I was on punt return, I was on kickoff return, and it used to be so much fun. I was telling Carm and Hogue that I used to be, on punt return, and I'd go against the best cover guy inside, right? It'd be usually a linebacker, safety, something like that. And my job was to hold them up at the line of scrimmage. So that way they couldn't cover, Devin Hester. So I would just be in there, and I'm 6'7", 290, and I'm going against a linebacker that's 6'1", 240, and he'll outrun me all day. But snatch him up inside and just hold him at the line of scrimmage. It used to be the best thing in the world. Like manhandle somebody to the point where they can't even go anywhere down the field. So Hester loved to have me on the punt return because he say I want Wood out there. Even when I started playing defense my third year. Because he's like, he takes out the best defender. But his explosion, his ability to find the lane, he just had that different gear. When you look at his 40, you're like, oh, no, he's definitely faster than that. His game speed was unreal. And having him and Johnny Knox, I mean, those were an electric pair over there. And the one year in 2011, we had a play where we had both Devin Hester and Johnny Knox out there on a punt return. I don't know if you guys remember, it got called back against Green Bay. Yeah. And Devin Hester acts like he was getting the ball when they had punted it at Johnny Knox. So Devin Hester goes over there, he gets all the attention, and then all of a sudden it goes to Johnny Knox. He just runs for a touchdown, clean to the house. But that's the impact that Devin Hester had. Yeah. But yeah, such a nice dude. And I think he should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer, but your boy Carm over here was hating and said, I don't buy into that.
Yo, you were the second first Adam Hogue is on you for hating on Justin.
This one, Carm. Tough night.
This one I want. Hogue was playing. This one I 100% said. Continue to say and for the record, I just let it register.
All right.
I'm not saying he doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. What I am saying is that he played special teams. So special teamers, first ballot, I'm not going there. The quarterback, the wide receiver, the running back, the linebacker, the defensive tackle, Woot. That level has more impact than the dude who brings back the punt and / the kickoff return. He belongs. He's the best to do it. right
See,
there.
you just said that.
Yeah.
You said, like, no disrespect, but not
Yeah.
first ballot because special teams.
Yeah.
He is the best to ever return kicks
Ever.
in the game.
Right.
In the
Ever.
history of the game.
Right.
Ever.
That's not deserving of first ballot.
which is why he belongs in the Hall of Fame. But he played. It's like
But not yet. You gotta wait a little bit, Devin.
that's right, Peck. You gotta wait. You know,
They literally
Get that
had
crap outta here.
to change the rules of the game for him. Because of him, they had to change
Yeah, but
it.
that's
when
not-
you do stuff like that. When do you do that for? It's special team. They changed the rules because he was dominating.
No,
they had to flip it.
no.
You go to the Hall of Fame when they change rules for you. You go in, man.
Hold on.
Look, first ballot. Give me first ballot.
They
on that.
changed the special teams rules because special teams are dangerous. They didn't change it because Devin was so good at.
They changed it for him. I'm telling you. That's my opinion on that. It was because of him.
No, they did because they were saying that it's too much of a head start on kickoff. That's why they moved it up. But yeah, so I don't think there'll be anybody ever close to any of the records he set, even punt return wise. I just think they don't utilize that enough. Like that was his role. You know,
I'm just
Yo, Carl look like about to swing on me right now. Whoop.
You know who I want
Hey,
to
Whoop.
put? I just want to put some respect on his name. I know that we're in the new era. Nobody remembers who the hell Gale Sayers was, but that
Yeah, we
dude-
remember who Gale Sayers was.
Gale Sayers taking back a kick was pretty damn sweet.
Yeah.
I just want to put 40 out
Absolutely
there.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's
wait,
Yeah. Somebody's disrespecting Gale Sayers? Come on,
but
man.
we all say that Devin was the
We
best.
said he's the greatest ever to do it.
But
Is
so-
that not true?
But it might be true, but we don't like. There's too much. It's like he's the greatest to do it, and we don't even like put Gale in the conversation.
That's
But-
not what we're doing here, man. It's not what we're doing. We're just saying Devin's
what
the
do the
greatest.
numbers
ever.
say? Right?
the number. You know what the numbers say? The numbers say that Cordero Patterson has an argument on freaking on. He does. If you
You
look
come down to touchdowns, like the kick returns.
Cordero, hold on, we can pull it. I mean,
I do love me some Cordero, and I am
Cordero's
so
awesome,
sad that
man.
he is no longer
Yeah.
in a Bears.
Oh,
jersey.
he is.
He's incredible.
He's
but
thriving.
He's not even close to Hester, you know?
Yeah, he's not. He's thriving where he is, man. He's amazing, dude.
I should have this. Woot, the next time you come in, I will have my Cordero Patterson numbers in order.
Okay.
It's too much for me to
Okay.
pull it all together right now, but
real-
they are
real quick,
very
real quick.
comparable. Very.
Okay.
Speaking of Hall of Famers, right? I was looking at stats, I was looking at numbers, looking at film. Why isn't Sterling Sharp in the Hall of Fame?
Dude, yes.
Right?
Completely agree.
You look at
Completely agree.
his numbers. He was arguably one of the greatest wide receivers of that generation,
beast.
late '80s, early '90s. I mean, his stats. You know, Gale Sayers, his career was cut short, right? Like I think he's played 8 years, I believe.
Yeah, about
and he-
that.
he
Yeah,
was still
before the
in
injuries
there.
cut it short. Yes.
So
No,
my
he was-
thing is, like, if you had a catastrophic injury and you weren't able to play, you know, you had at least 7 years, and you were the top of your position,
Right.
you should definitely get in. You know, I feel like it's what Shannon said that at his induction too. Hey, this one's for you. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The-
It's a shame sometimes. Some things are, it's just crazy how some people get in and some don't, right? Like T.O.
Yeah.
not getting in on the first ballot. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
The
For
T-
off the field stuff. Come on.
The 100%. Tio was personal and moronic and absolutely one of the top 3 receiver all time. Are you kidding me? That was absurd. By the way, my brother's in the comments backing up Gale because that was his childhood hero, and that's where I learned my Gale love. So God bless him. But then Billy's in there saying that no one will top Devin. Gale Sayers was running against dudes smoking
Wait, we
cigarettes
ain't
on
gonna
the sideline.
disrespect Gale Sayers out
Yeah,
here,
we are
bro.
not going to
We ain't gonna
disrespect
do that.
Gale Sayers, Billy.
We definitely ain't about to do that.
Just like MJ played against plumbers and
right,
bus drivers.
6 touchdowns, man. Look, please.
Just because Mike Dunleavy looked like a plumber in the Star.
Right. You know, right.
Hey, he had a burner though. He had a burner on him though.
Yeah, he did. 6 touchdowns. He had to do 4 of them on the ground and 2 of them returned. And 6 touchdowns. I don't care when you play, dude. That's special.
And KCL, you're making my point, by the way. Carm is stupid, as Hester played defense and offense before he became the greatest game-changing return man ever. He respectfully was not all that great on defense, offense. First of all, I don't think he played defense. I don't remember.
I think this rubs Carm the wrong way that it was like a failed defense and offensive.
Yeah, because he came in as a corner, I think.
That's
Right?
really what rubs him
Well, he
the
didn't
wrong
come
way.
in. He didn't in the league. Whatever. He played in college. I got it.
Yes.
But so, yeah. Yeah, the fact that he wasn't a dominant or even a good wide receiver, there is a slight knock in Carm's first ballot. Still a Hall of Famer.
But again, is it Devin's fault that the Bears have been incompetent at drafting or acquiring talented skill position offensive players and tried to turn Devin into an offensive weapon once they discovered how much of a special teams weapon he was?
Hold on. Now, they had some – I mean, Brandon was big time for a minute there.
Okay, yeah. So what? So they had that 1 year where they had Brandon and Alshon.
Alshon.
Yeah.
In 100+ years of Bears football.
But he was there then.
That one Marshall and Alshon year was real special.
Shout out Jeff Graham, Curtis Conway.
Yeah. Carm, we got to get you a Hester jersey. Somebody in the comments, find it at where you had that Khalil Mack deal. We need to find that $15 special, the Devin Hester jersey.
Listen, I'm down. I've interviewed Devin. I like Devin.
Yeah.
I would, and Devin would hate me for this. I get it because he is extremely pissed that he's not in. He's getting in. And I will celebrate the shit out of him getting in. Not as much as the diehards. Like, so there are. I get it. There's a lot of Bears fans who Devin is your favorite player of all time. I don't know if you're.
That's true.
There's dudes out there.
True.
That, I mean, I hear it all the time.
That's true. That's the truth.
I think.
Nah, dude, Shea McClellan.
Oh man, he's a good dude. I like Shea. I like Shea, man. He's a good dude, man.
Yeah, well,
I just think honestly, like, they drafted him out of position. He was more of an outside linebacker, you know, and I think they did him a disservice trying to make him play a 4-3. He just didn't have the build for it, you know. I mean, he was standing around 245, 250 pounds, like, you know, he's. Didn't have the frame to play a true defensive end, in my opinion.
So it's kind of like Leonard Floyd.
But Leonard Floyd, look at him now. I mean,
dude. That's what I mean. Shea won a title.
Flourishing with the Rams, you know.
Did you see that coming, Woot, since you brought that up?
Leonard Floyd?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew. I said as soon as he leaves, he's going to ball out. I knew it. Because I didn't feel like he fit in this system. Right, you know, it just wasn't for him. He can stand up, you know, and I feel like some guys, it's really an art coming out of a 3-point stance or 4-point stance. And a lot of people can't get the difference, and they feel differently on their steps, because usually the guys that rush off the edge that stand up, they have their opposite foot up, right? Just to get that push. And some people can't translate that to the 3-point stance. So I said, you know, they had a couple formations when he was for the Bears that he was standing up, and he just seemed so comfortable. I was like, watch, when he goes over there, he's gonna ball out, you know, because it's a different feel. You know, you're going off some of your moves off a different step than you would in a 3-point stance.
That's true.
Hey, we'll let you get out of it. We appreciate it, but I do want to let you know before you go that Mitch just connected on a bomb with George Pickens, who Bears fans are paying attention to since he was a second-round pick, 52 overall.
I was hoping they did. To give you know, Justin Fields another target. That's been kind of the area that we've been slacking, right? Allen Robinson not here. You know, all the attention is going to Darnell Mooney. So we got to figure something out. You know, Cole Kmet needs to get going, because St. Brown, in my opinion, he's a 3, maybe a 4 for most teams. No disrespect to him by any means. But
hey, you could probably catch a ball better than Cole Kmet could on Sunday.
Man,
right? Get back
all my
there.
scholarship offers coming out of high school as the tight end, man.
Put a pair of those receiver gloves on and get your butt out there.
Yeah, I got the hands. So, you know, if they need me, you know, they need me as blocking and in the red zone, man, I could definitely do that.
If they need you.
I mean, Poles had a great draft. I think we would all agree there. A lot of contributions going on. However, if George Pickens turns into a player and Kyler doesn't get himself straightened out, that will be a
stain.
It's a stain, 100%. So, I mean, I think we all still believe in Kyler, and they're making him drink through. They're making him drink through a fire hose.
Still early, right?
Is he the first rook to be absolutely abused by Aaron Rodgers?
Right.
No,
right,
absolutely not.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
He will learn that he will grow.
Makes a lot of people look pretty bad.
Yes, so, veterans included. Yes, tons, man.
Exactly.
Hey, Woo, we'll see. I can't wait to see you in studio whenever the hell that is, and we appreciate you being on tonight, my friend.
Woo!
You're a true American hero, Corey Wooden.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Salute that man.
Man, for real, dude.
All right, so
it's Corey Wooden, man.
That man.
That's awesome.
I didn't know Woo till I came over to CHGO. I don't know if how much.
Like,
how well you,
personally?
personally,
No, I only knew him as the man who ended Favre's career.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
Woot is a first class dude.
Yeah, man.
He really just is a. It's awesome to have him here.
Yeah.
So love you. We appreciate you being on. All right. We're almost out of time. Not really, but I guess when the show ends. But so a couple things here. Because we can talk all night.
Is there a back bookend on this car?
Yeah. So a couple things. Number one, a reminder, come on out to the tailgate on Sunday, 8 a.m. to noon. We look forward to seeing you at the corner of Michigan and Roosevelt. Tickets are $34. $34. Let that sink in for a second.
Awesome.
All you can eat, all you can drink. A beer in the South Loop is about $34 these days. So we're giving you it's a great deal. We're basically giving it away because we want to meet you.
Yeah.
So come on out, and you can find the link to buy the tickets on our website, allchgo.com. Secondly, I talked to Justin Jones in the locker room yesterday, and we somehow, it was like a 5-minute conversation, and we got to food. So this is what Justin wants at his tailgate. I want you guys to break down if you think he's in. And we start here with, I was asking about the D-line and how these dudes need to come together, and you've got some different personalities. Robert Quinn is straight chilling. Justin's a little more on the edge of his seat.
A little fire.
You've got some youth. So how do you bring all that together? So this was Justin's, about 90 seconds.
It's kind of an interesting group.
Yeah, man. You know, everybody's all walks of life from the D-line, but it's a couple things everybody got in common. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a good family. Yeah. Everybody love the game of football, and everybody love winning. You know what I'm saying? That's all you really need right there. Yeah. You feel me? So, regardless, you know, some guys like steak, some guys don't eat red meat, some guys like freaking chicken, some guys like fish, some guys like vegan, some guys eat McDonald's every day of the week. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just everybody's different, but it's a couple things that we all agree on, we all on the same plane on, and that's what brings us together. You know what I'm saying? That's the beautiful thing about football. It brings everybody together.
So we're having a tailgate this Sunday for the old CHGO where I work. What's the one thing you would want in that tailgate? What, if you're talking about food, what needs to be there for you?
Oh man, baked beans with the ground beef and the baked beans with the ground beef, little bit of pork bacon in there. I don't eat pork like that, but you know what I'm saying. But maybe some people putting pork in their thing. Little collard greens, man, some cheeseburgers, beef ribs. Yes. Yeah. Grilled chicken. You know what I'm saying? Shrimp kebabs.
Everything. Let's have fun.
Everything, man. Everything. Yeah. Bring everything to the cookout. That's what it's for.
I applaud this.
That man knows how to tailgate.
I applaud this.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, that's our interior defensive lineman right there.
Yes. That's how, I have no issue with anything he said.
Baked
Absolutely.
beans and ground beef were the first two things out of his mouth. I love that.
Right.
Is that in the same dish? How does that work together?
Well, you can't go wrong mixing some ground beef with some baked beans.
Them shrimp kebabs are fire. Okay, fire.
Do I really look? By the way, Casey, you're in my head. You're in my head right now. Do I really look like I'm falling asleep over here? Because
I haven't noticed. No.
I mean, I was relaxing.
No, he's chilling, man.
I was. Yeah.
This is how he chills. This is how he relaxes.
Casey's the same person from earlier in the comments who was trying to argue about the whole cornhole bags thing, saying, well, what about ESPN calling it cornhole and Jay Cutler playing cornhole for ESPN?
Here you go.
If your arguments are ESPN is right and Jay Cutler is right, you're arguing wrong.
We still appreciate
Move
you,
along.
Casey, but yeah.
We definitely appreciate you, Casey.
Thank you, buddy.
I had to have Carm's back.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Pat.
Pointing out how misguided that poor soul is in the comments.
Just coming at.
Do you know what I do like what he had to say? The acceptance of everybody eating differently.
I knew you'd love that.
It was like, hey, it doesn't matter what you eat. Come hang out. Come kick it. The acceptance of it all. Matthew Peck.
Hey, I am accepting of pretty much everything in the world.
Really? Whoa.
In the world.
Whoa.
Except for people who don't know how to eat properly.
You started that off so wrong. You can't come in with some bull. Like, you can't start it with that. When you go in there.
What did I say that was inaccurate?
Acceptance of come on, dude. We just had a whole conversation about bags, and you don't even accept that. You're like, I'm accepting everything in the world. It's what I do.
He's saying, I believe, that he accepts everything that matters.
Correct.
Right.
Everything matters to him. That's why he hates how he does, because it all matters. It all means something to him. Man. Ask Joey. He's been on the receiving end of several of these. words matter to Matt a lot.
I would love to know Joey's true opinion about people who are vegans. I'm just curious.
Joe, your true opinion of people who are vegan.
My true opinion of people who are vegan.
Be careful.
Is that they should be careful not to get roped into a scheme where somebody is promising their mother immortality.
Good call.
Is that
Bad
correct?
Vegan, the documentary.
Well done.
Some scary shit.
Well done.
Is that correct? Would I
Also,
ever?
don't get in a fight with a parking lot or in a parking lot
Yeah.
with a guy who's the
Bite your
COO of an impossible meat company
Bites your face
because he
off.
will be so hungry for meat that he'll literally bite your face off.
I will never become a
happened.
vegan, but I don't discriminate. When Big Dave brought the Eggholic sandwich, like I'm pretty sure it was a vegan sandwich. I just went by, like it was good.
Delicious.
I'll eat the Impossible.
Not even vegan,
I'll
yes.
eat the Impossible sandwich from Starbucks. Like I'll do it. I'm not. Peck won't even consider it. So I'm probably somewhere. I'm probably somewhere in the middle of both of you guys. Matt, I actually have a question, and I'm happy you brought this up.
Okay.
So I was on Uber Eats the other day, and it was raining here, and I saw this place. Can't believe it's not meat.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking, like, what if me, Dave, and Will went out for a lunch and we're like, oh, bring you something back, and we like went to McDonald's, wrapped it in a separate
I know what you're about to ask me, and yes, I would be able to tell the difference.
He would be able to
That's
tell.
Yeah,
insulting.
I knew he would
tell
be
me.
able to tell the difference. My
tell
question
me.
was more of, what would your reaction be after the first bite when you realized we had duped you into eating an impossible?
Whichever one of you physically handed it to me, I would spit that first bite back in your face. 'Cause that is a
All right,
that
so
is a
we're gonna
low
make-
down, cold, dirty, horrible thing to do to
I agree.
someone.
We would
Actually.
never actually do that. We would never
I
do
would
that
never- I
because
would never do that
would be so like I would never feed Big Dave meat
Yeah,
unknowingly,
I appreciate
which would
that.
also be messed up.
Thank you
But
very much.
I was just wondering hypothetically what your reaction would be, and that's
Spit it back in your
Not
face.
good.
that's pretty much what I expected.
Yeah. Then you spit back in your face.
But
This is true.
I love that he was very loving and accepting of all.
Yeah.
It was a good answer.
Yeah.
For a guy actually in a locker room when asked the question, it was a great locker room answer.
Yeah.
But all of the first things he rattled off, meat.
Yeah. He loves it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Enjoy it. It's delicious.
Because he's a big, strong, growing boy, just like me.
He's got that like you.
Shout out to, I'm looking forward here. Come
Oh
on.
man.
You are going to pop up. I like, you guys are kind of like a married couple. I'm going to be honest. We spent a lot of time together. We got a lot of things.
We're Farley and Sandler from that SNL sketch where they're
there we
like an
go.
old married couple, and Dave is Farley, who's like all like warm and bubbly, enthusiastic, and I'm Sandler over here saying,
now.
"Give me cancer now, God."
I can't find this place, and I don't know why it's not popping up, but there is a great restaurant in Uptown Peck that makes an amazing vegan grilled cheese that you would not know is vegan, and it's delicious.
Wait, I thought vegans weren't allowed to eat cheese.
There's vegan cheese.
It's vegan.
That's not cheese.
Yeah, it's vegan cheese.
No.
That's the thing. It's the thing.
Did it not come from a cow or a goat? But no, don't call it cheese.
Yeah.
What
It's
do you
like
want?
you don't call it a burger.
We're in an uncomfortable land here because now what are they supposed to call it? What could
I don't know, a shitty tasting bad sandwich made of not
but-
food.
That's
hey,
him.
However you want
to your point, Peck, I will
Okay.
tell you that my nutritionist, which I had for who I paid for 4 weeks, and regret that I regret,
You got sick of that nutritionist advice and fired them.
I regret that I did it. Dude, this
What do you mean no meatloaf?
This
Fuck
is a
outta here.
friend of mine who straight ripped me off. But
Damn.
yeah, I won't go any further.
Okay.
We don't need to out him. But
Gotcha.
his big thing was eat nothing that has a label, no labels. So egg, avocado, fruit, vegetable, and then meat, grass-fed, no corn, chicken, all that stuff. But
Grass-fed is awesome.
actual, real, that was his take. So just to
Okay.
your point, for all you health nuts out there, there's one angle. That's just one angle. Hey, my vegan peeps out there, you think that's the way to do your life? You do that.
your
By the way,
There's room for everybody, man.
Sad life.
Come kick it. There's room for everybody.
to each his own. Hey, listen, I'm not here to I'm not here to judge that. But okay,
He's accepting of everything
I do.
in the world.
I do. I'm Switzerland here. So on our way out tonight, I want to say thank you to our friends at FOCO. You've got the best coverage for your favorite teams, so you do want to have the best gear. FOCO's got you covered. Soldier Field to the front room, north, south side, hoodies, slippers, signs, bobbleheads, everything in between. Decked out is how you should be living your life with the apparel leader in sports merch and collectibles. FOCO is FOCO. Looking for that perfect gift for the football fan, hoop fan, both fan, Switzerland, vegan, meat. They've got your hoodies. That'll, by the way, the breeze that's going to be coming off Lake Michigan fairly soon, which I actually felt a drop for today, but we're still hanging out. Check out FOCO.com. Click the link in the description below for all non-presale items. Use that promo code, you know it, CHGO for 10% off.
Yay.
Gentlemen, I think we've done it. I had a ton of fun with you all tonight.
Samesies. That was awesome.
Yeah. Big
Hanging out with
Dave and
you.
Peck just living the dream. Woot, Hogue, everybody in the chat. Charlie Ruby, seen you a ton. KC, back at you. Torian, you might be the MVP, dude. I'm gonna be honest.
First one in, last one out. He was first one in, last one out.
Renewable,
Real
rechargeable.
MVP.
You just had that's hysterical, by the way. Careful with the post-shower work. Yeah, renewable. I was nervous even watching that for the 10th time that I missed something. So you're right about that. We don't need any adult entertainment, courtesy of my phone on this show. Everybody else does it. I'm fine, but I don't want to be the one doing it. So
Nothing but points bet on this phone,
That's
man.
right, baby. Promo code CHGO.
yeah. And you want to give since we're not going to be doing pregame, whatever, you want to give a Bears score this weekend before we go?
Bears 24-10.
24-10 Bear, 2-touchdown win?
Yeah.
Okay. Peck, don't be afraid.
Bears 17, Texans 16.
1 point, inch it out prediction. I'm afraid they're going to lose.
That Texans defense actually looked pretty good through their first two games.
They got Lovey,
They do.
man. Defense
They
going to
do.
be nice.
Joey, appreciate you producing, brother. Awesome
Appreciate
job
you,
as
Carm.
always. And to the head of content out there, Kevin Kadick, Jake Flanagan for the Bears After Dark idea. Appreciate you guys. Hope we did you proud. We had a ton of fun.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.
Hit that like button. Hit that like button.
Yeah,
That
like it up. Like it up. Hit that subscribe.
Like so Mitchell believes that you believe in him.
We will, I don't know. Have a great night.